Hello friends and welcome to ninth International Workshop on Sustainable Road Freight. At the outset, I'll compliment and congratulate IIM Ahmedabad for organizing this virtual workshop. My name is Gupta and I represent Mahindra Group. Mahindra Group is $20 billion group. We are present across 23 industries and we have presence in over 100 countries. One of the core philosophy, one of the core purposes that the group follow is called the philosophy of Rise 2.0. The essence of the philosophy is that only when we enable others rise, we rise. And this particular quote summarizes our commitment and our purpose towards the planet Earth. Friends, there are three technological changes which is changing the world today, which is the mega trend. First, the talk about the climate change is just not a side conversation. It has become a full-blown concern. Second, technological advancement and the change in technology has leapfrogged and many companies have been caught unawares. Third, and perhaps the most important one, is that valuation of most of the companies is now also considering their ESG commitment and their other commitments towards environment. What are Mahindra Group's 10 commitments towards making a better environment, towards ensuring a sustainable freight, which is the core topic of the talk today? So the 10 commitments are there in front of you as a Mahindra Group. Now there are various companies in Mahindra Group, but all of us have committed ourselves to these 10 commitments. When it comes to renewable energy, we are committed that 50% of our energy will come from renewable sources. We will ensure that 60% of our energy productivity will improve by 2025. We have launched Project Haryali, which means that we will plant 5 million trees per year. There is a project called Project Nanhi Kali, in which we are committing ourselves to educate 1 million girl child every year. We are committing ourselves towards women empowerment. We as a group are water positive today and we intend to remain that way. Overall, we have a very strong commitment towards corporate governance. In fact, we are the only Indian automobile company to have achieved the world index in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, and we did it in 2021. So friends, these are the 10 commitments at a Mahindra Group level to make this planet a better place to live in. I represent the two businesses of Mahindra, which is Mahindra Truck and Buses and Mahindra Construction Equipment. So closer to the businesses which I handle, what are the areas of opportunity, towards sustainable freight? Mentioned in front of you are the 6 areas which is a typical value chain of any automobile company. Starts with research and development and goes up till the after sales of the vehicle. So what are the opportunities that each one of us has in the various aspect of the value chain? I'll go one by one. So when it comes to research and development, any organization, including us, can do a lot by committing towards the alternate fuels. This is one area which is surely happening in India. In India, maybe it is started in form of CNG, perhaps then LNG and then electric. But definitely this is one area which the industry is moving towards. Another aspect that I want to highlight over here is that alternate fuel need not necessarily mean clean fuel. Even the existing fuel, in case we are able to ensure a higher mileage, high productivity from the existing truck, in a per ton per kilometer of the load carried, even that will be a contribution towards a cleaner environment. Second, supply chain. The organization, any automobile manufacturer can be more responsible when it comes to sourcing of the metal. So the credentials of the various vendors and the various suppliers and their commitment towards greener planet, towards ESG can be and should be taken into account while onboarding them as vendors. Third, when it comes to manufacturing and operations, renewable energy, being water positive are all the aspects that any automobile company can focus on. On the marketing and sales, one thing which COVID has taught us is the use of digital towards reaching to the end customer. And one may think that perhaps the use of digital is more relevant when it comes to cars, but I can share with you our experience that we have used digital extensively and we continue to do so even post COVID era in the space of selling and marketing truck and buses. Then comes the aspect of after sales. Any vehicle that we sell will at some point of time undergo some kind of breakdown. So there are two trends towards which we can work. Number one is how do we ensure that by using the telematics, we do a proactive maintenance of the truck instead of doing a breakdown maintenance. Second, instead of the truck coming to the workshop, can we ensure that we go to the truck, thereby again saving lots and lots in terms of the overall environmental impact. There are other impact areas where we can work with the larger ecosystem, which is let's say a driver or educating a driver, girl child, etc., towards contributing on this particular cause. Now, these are the steps that our organization can do. Now, let's see how further we can improve this and what are the industry challenges which are being faced towards implementing this. So there are three broad levers. One is any organization, it needs to commit itself towards this particular cause. Second is of course the act levers, and third is to continuously monitor and report. When it comes to commit, the way I gave an example that Mahindra Group has put right up front our 10 commitments with timelines, what are we going to do it? When it comes to the act lever, there are three of them broadly, which is product and services, second is sustainable operations, and third is the various infrastructure including the IT, which needs to be deployed to ensure that those 10 commitments or any commitment by the organization is met. Last but not the least, where a lot of work needs to happen across the entire industry spectrum, I must say, is the monitoring and the reporting of the data. Today, organizations have made commitments. Today, the organizations have taken steps towards various actions that they're going to take. But what is not happening to the extent that it should happen is the reporting and independent monitoring of that particular data in terms of the progress that is being made. Now I will just touch upon what are the industry challenges, and I'm going to particularly focus about the automobile industry. While we undertake or while any automobile company undertakes its journey towards a sustainable freight. First is that automobile industry is a highly regulated industry. The various government regulation which mandate various changes in terms of safety, in terms of mileage, in terms of many other regulatory changes always keeps us on toes and ensures that we are constantly upgrading our products. So in terms of the prioritization towards the sustainable freight, you know, ensuring that we comply with the government regulation always becomes the first priority. That is one. Second, there is always a cost associated to all the various technologies that we undertake towards making a more sustainable net zero freight. And somebody has to pay for that particular cost. Is the end consumer ready for it? Answer is no. So it's going to happen, but it's going to happen only if it makes business sense for all the stakeholders. Only then this particular transition will happen at the pace at which we want it to happen. So the new sales models, new after sales model, they have to emerge if we have to sustain these particular commitment by any organization towards making a freight sustainable. Uh, the one of the other topic was how do we ensure and how do we hasten the implementation of this particular transition. So the only way that we see that it can happen is uh, just do it. Instead of talking about it, every organization needs to just get on doing this particular thing. Thank you so much, and I wish everybody the best for this particular conference. Thank you.